What's going on, guys? It's your boy CBS and we are back, and yes, the 1.1.1 update is finally live. So that means that the update that was fixing the heavy ammo bug is finally out. So Crota's Inn should be a lot more doable. Not that it's hard now, but you know, it takes a lot of coordination, and when people don't have their heavy synths, it seems like you pretty much have to stop doing it. So anyways, with that being said, I'm not going to cover all the weapon updates because I already did a video previously covering that, so I'll leave that in the description below. The gameplay you're seeing in the background is a skirmish gameplay with me, my brother Ace Dub Delicious, Ace Dub, or that pretty ninja as he would call himself, and your boy Matty B. He has a YouTube channel as well. I'll link him in the description below as well. But I'm going to cover some of the general stuff that I didn't really cover in the previous video, and I'll just get right into it. The first one, it says general, fixed an issue in which armor with perks that increased ammunition carrying capacity resulted in ammunition loss upon respawn. So I think that's more along the lines of heavy ammo. So for example, if you had a armor that allowed you to carry more heavy, this is keeping you from losing it when you die. I'm assuming that's what it says. So it also says they fixed a bug that decreases the over penetration value of sniper rifles or weapons in general with armor piercing rounds. So all those people that have been using LDR 5001s to shoot through walls and things like that, that bug should be fixed. Not that I'm saying it was a bug, I just think that the over penetration factor is going to be minimized, because I've seen people shoot through double layers of walls and kill people with the LDR 5000 and other faction specific sniper rifles like from New Monarch or Future War Cult, which I thought was cool and funny. And it's definitely difficult to go on like sniper to sniper battle when you got somebody shooting through the walls, but you know, that'll be a good bug to fix. Another bug they fixed was fix an issue where items from the PS3 and Xbox 360 demo were using older power values. So whatever that means, I'm not really sure. They have been adjusted to regular levels, so I'm assuming that the demo didn't have the updated 331 damage and stuff like that. Song of Ir Yut weapons tooltip now advertise the correct magazine size. Now, if you didn't know, the Song of Ir Yut, it said that the magazine size was something like 35 when it was really like 85. So I'm pretty sure the values I just said were wrong, but it was something along those lines. It was saying that the magazine size was way smaller than it actually was. So that's just a minor fix. I didn't really think that was a big deal. Everybody knew what the actual size of the magazine was. Shoot to loot. If you guys didn't know, there was blue armor out there that allowed you to shoot ammo packs to pick up the ammo. So like, let's say you're doing Crota's Inn and there was a bunch of heavy ammo down by the base of Crota, but you didn't want to run down there and pick it up because you didn't want to die. Well, there is blue armor out there that allows you to shoot it to pick up the ammo instead of having to actually walk over it. So the shoot to loot perk, there's a 2-second cooldown added to the perk now to prevent extra ammunition gains while the brick despawns. So basically what was happening was you could shoot the brick, get the ammo, and then walk over and get the ammo again. So that was what people were doing to kind of remedy the heavy ammo issues. So it probably won't be exploited too much now, considering they supposedly fixed the bug, but it was definitely a big exploit that people were looking for in the Destiny tracker and things like that. I personally didn't have any blue armor with the shoot to loot perk on it because I didn't really find it that necessary, and plus I'm also almost always the sword bearer, so my heavy ammo isn't that as important as somebody else's would be. So let's see. Dark Bearer perk will now correctly damage Hive Shriekers. I didn't even realize that the Darkbreaker perk applied to the Shrieker, so that'll be a good plus, because there's only 2 times that you have issues with the Shrieker when it comes to Crota's Inn, and that's obviously the Death Singer and when you're going to get that chest. Now the chest leading up to Death Singer I don't really care about because all my characters are 32 and most of my weapons are maxed out, but I know a lot of my people on my friends list do care about it, so that'll be a good fix for them. Snap Discharge will now increase attack speed as per the description. I'm not really sure what they're talking about there. I'm not really familiar with the Snap Discharge, so if you know what that is, you can leave that in the comment section below. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and pretend like I know what that is. The Thunderer perk will now have priority on the fourth Horseman tooltip. Now, I'm not a PS4 person, so that doesn't apply to me, but if you're a PS4 person, you know what they're talking about. Full auto. Fixed an issue which the weapon perk stopped working while the trigger was being held down. Now I think this is more applicable to scout rifles, where there was always some issues with like buggy issues when it comes to pulling the trigger, holding the trigger with scout rifles that are full auto, so that'll be a fix for that. And then they also went on to list all the buffs and changes for shotguns, fusion rifles, hand cannons, pulse rifles, auto rifles, etc. So like I said, if you don't know about the weapon updates, they will be in the description of this video, and my detailed coverage of them, the video link for that will be in the description as well. They also fixed activities where the weekly heroic strike is going to have matchmaking now, so that's good, because I talked about that in previous videos, saying how a lot of my people, my friends list, kind of skip over that, and we mainly just do the raids and the nightfalls together. PvP, there's some stuff that I didn't even know was happening. They made it to where now, as soon as you unlock the Crucible, all game types are available, instead of having to do certain things to unlock certain ones. So like, you couldn't do Rumble until you played Skirmish, you couldn't play Skirmish until you played Control, etc., etc. They also added a new notification when Crucible modes are unlocked, which obviously if you update now, you'll see the notification. It'll pop up on your screen right away. Crucible maps are less likely to repeat, so that'll be good. This is one big PvP update that I did not know, and it says here, Guardians will no longer drop heavy ammunition when killed in the PvP. So I think that's actually a really good thing for balance, because if your team timed it right, if one person on your team went to the other team's heavy ammunition spawn and supered them with a Titan Strike or a Gold Gun, there was tons of heavy ammunition bricks over there to pretty much hold an LMG for the entire game. So that'll actually be pretty good for balance. I'm sure there's gonna be some people out there that kind of hate that, but you know, you can't please everybody. I'm gonna list the full update below. There's a lot of stuff. Items update, like Crota's End emblems are gonna be dropped in the Postmaster if your inventory is full. User interface stuff like the new faction rank up system is gonna be available in the pause menu. And the big thing before I get off, you guys know, if you follow my channel, I've been keeping track of my Grimoire score, and when I logged on today, my Grimoire score went from 2625 to 2715. So all those Grimoire cards that didn't pop for you, they should have popped now. You guys should be up to date. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.